Peace. What's up, you guys? My name is O'Shea Johnson. I'm a spiritual advisor as well as a psychic medium and spiritual entrepreneur. And today we're going to be talking about a mentor of mine that is I've been working with for it's been 11 or 12 years now. Lord Thoth, also known as Tahuti or Hermes Trismegistus. This is a representation of his self-willed incarnations. We can look at there is Thoth and Tahuti, then there's Quetzalcoatl, and then there's Hermes Trismegistus being his third incarnation. So let's just get into the video and prerequisite. So who am I in a sense? So again, my name's O'Shea Johnson. I've actually been a psychic and a medium. I've been channeling spirits, my higher self. I've been channeling, when I look at it, pretty much my whole life, but I consciously got into this work about 11, 12 years ago or so. And Hermes or Thoth was actually the first being that I ever started to channel. As well, I've also been a spiritual advisor for the past 8 years now. Pretty much almost breaching into that decade around there. So with this video, I will be channeling Thoth as we go throughout the video. Now, let's give a little bit of a prerequisite. What is channeling? Channeling is, in a sense, when you're tapping into a certain energy or energetic force, you're able to match frequency and vibration, and from it you're able to receive downloads, you're able to speak to it, you're able to receive visions in different ways. It's just like in that of ancient Egypt, the way that Thoth actually communicated with the ancient Egyptians, and what also, or how hieroglyphs came about, was that, so imagine this being came from a higher dimension into our plane of existence, and you're just a human, but you see this god-like figure come from the sky, so to speak, and he starts to embed visions, holograms, fractals, information into your mind so that you can start to receive what he's trying to tell you, and as well what he's helping you to understand. Now it's the same the same being, the same visions, the same information and downloads, so as to speak, is what also is how the ancient Egyptian pyramids came about. A lot of people say we don't know how they were built. They were built by slaves, but a lot of people don't understand that it was actually Thoth's technology, Thoth's understanding, is where we were able to download something that was a more higher dimensional construct and concept, and we were able to download it into the physical for it to be then created. And when we look at the pyramids from a bird's eye view, it actually looks like a motherboard, because the pyramids are actually in alignment with Sirius, which is the dog star, also where the beings in which the Dogons, an ancient tribe, were also connected to. But yet it is the dog star, or Sirius, is where the Neteru are from. The Neteru are the Egyptian gods, the Egyptian pantheon. We're talking about Osiris, Horus, Thoth, Set, Isis, also known as Aset or Asherah, Ma'at. All of these beings actually exist. They are real beings in different solar systems that then also came into this realm to help humanity evolve in different ways. Now, there's different kinds of forms. There's also the Anunnaki, or more of a ruling class of spirits or deities, demigods, deities, so to speak. And then there's also there's in this holographic simulation, Just like when you play a video game, there's going to be some players that want to help you. Thoth, the Egyptian pantheon, it's these kind of beings. And then as well, there's then also Nibiru and the Anunnaki, which they have their own agenda. They will help those who are part of their kind, so to speak, but they also heavily are involved with the mass manipulation of Earth, this planet, and the things that are going on right now. So, let us center. Actually, start to feel these energies. The way that we can connect to these beings, or start to connect if maybe you're new, is just start by chanting their names, saying their names, and vibrating their names. For those of you that have done goetic work, working with Goetia demons and things of this nature, you guys are used to ends, right? But when it comes to the Egyptian pantheon, you don't use ends, so as to speak. I found that the greatest way to commune with them is to just vibrate their names. Thoth, Tehuti, Hermes, Thoth, Tehuti, and trying to sync with their vibration. Now, what does this allow you to do? As you connect with them, what this starts to do is it starts to expand your mind. It starts to elevate and raise your frequency so that you're better able to perform magic workings. And this can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be just the ritual chamber or where you do ritual. It doesn't just have to be in meditation, but I truly view these beings as just standing right beside me, that they're with me wherever I go. And if I want to connect with them, I merely just need to tap into that frequency. Isis, Aset, Isis, Aset, Isis, Aset, Heru, Horus, Heru, Horus. And we are tapping into the technology in which they left to us, using our vocal cords, using these to tap into these ancient frequencies and this current. So, just like I was talking about earlier with, in a sense, the pyramids, how were the pyramids built? So, the pyramids were actually built by this same technology of frequency and vibration, understanding universal laws. When Thoth brought this technology to the Egyptians, which, let's even stem back even further, where does this technology come from? It comes from ancient Atlantis. And as you study ancient Atlantis, as you learn, as you understand, as you work with Thoth, you actually get brought into gnosis of what it was like back in ancient Atlantis, of what it was like back in Egypt. He actually starts to, for those chosen few, for those that have incarnated time after time after time, and have past lives in these times. As you work with Thoth, he's going to start to awaken these energies within you. He's going to help you to experience past lives. He's going to help you to dive into your Akashic records. This is something that I've done myself with Thoth. I've had past life regressions, whether with trusted advisors, trusted people that guided me through that, which I also then learned how to do past life regressions. So this is something that I also teach, that I offer and can help one to go through, along with as well being able to read Akashic records. I had to do many years of work within my past lives to be able to integrate them. The point isn't, oh, I was this person in past life, but it's more to integrate that version of that, the traits, the skills, and the abilities of that life, and bring it into the now. I was a priest in Atlantis. This is why I have a lot of priest like qualities and traits that I've brought into this life. This is why I speak on these things. I also have past lives in ancient Egypt. So these are things that you can tap into the more that you start to understand the ancient ways of being, the more that you understand your magic, because it is through your magic you are able to create reality. You are able to alter it and manipulate it, so to speak, as you also start to understand universal laws. So, the way in which I encountered Thoth and I started working with him myself was, I remember one day, it was out of the blue, I just start to channel him. That after doing a whole bunch of meditative work, after doing a whole bunch of work within myself, I then was able to just spontaneously or intuitively start to connect to these energies. I remember as it started to happen, I just randomly started to talk to my grandfather, and I started to tell him, "Yeah, I'm channeling Hermes," and he didn't fully understand what I meant. But as I started to bring forward this knowledge, that he was someone that was very spiritual minded, very open in a lot of ways, he started to just ask me questions. He helped me to dive deeper, and he didn't put it down. He just merely wanted to understand, so he listened. And it was in that moment that that actually helped me to understand what I was going through. At that time, I was going through an intense spiritual awakening, and my ancestors, my spirit guides, my team, so as to speak, was coming to me. Thoth has always been in the forefront. I was a Thoth, or I was a Thoth. I was a scribe for Thoth for about 7 years before he started to tell me I don't need to call myself a scribe anymore. But I learned from him specifically for about 7 years. Also, every day working with the Egyptian pantheon, downloading their energies, going into ritual, lighting candles, doing the whole nine yards. And then that eventually led me into pretty much mastery of ceremonial magic, getting very into it. Yet now I look at magic, it's all around us. Life is the ritual. Do I still do those things? Yeah, from time to time, whenever I need to. But but it was a very crucial part of the journey, because ritual is going to allow you to go into these in-depth meditations and to allow you to connect to these energies in such a deeper way. If you're very used to your ego getting in the way, if you're someone that snaps out of meditation very easily, I definitely recommend going into ritual, working with flame, incense, water, and just seeing what you're able to do in ritual, because you will get a deeper connection overall. So it was from Thoth I learned magic, I learned ritual, I learned invocation, and it's even Thoth that led me also to the darker beings, so to speak. I'm someone that has initiated fully through the Tree of Life, the Sephiroth, and as well through the Tree of Death initiations, what's also known as the Cliffoth. I'm someone who's crossed the abyss and made it to Thaumael, and breaching past Thaumael, that is now what my journey has pretty much been about, as I've been integrating these energies. A lot of you guys knew me on Occult Cat TV, and this is my new channel, O'Shea K. Johnson. It's just me, O'Shea Karan Johnson. So let me know if you liked this video, and let me actually just talk to Thoth, or allow Thoth to talk to you guys. Many of you, greetings everyone, many of you have experienced this lifetime, time after time after time, to be reincarnated over and over and over and over again. Yet for many of you, it is your last lifetime. It is your last incarnation. Try to ponder on what you are meant to do, for I have called you back into this realm to live this life again. Many of you are teachers, many of you are guides, many of you are creators. Teach, guide, lead the next generation of souls into their destinies. Help them to better understand themselves. For humanity is at a very crucial point in its awakening where we are raising the vibrations of this realm, these frequencies, so that we are able to elevate into the next octave. In this same way, we are ushering in and bringing forward this next aeon of being. Yet many of you already live within this aeon. To some, it is called the aeon of Horus. Go back. Remember the sacred and ancient ways. Go back. Remember who you are. Remember who you're meant to become. And remember what you are meant to achieve. For many of you, I suggest that you connect with me. For I remember you, now it is time for you to remember me. I have been Thoth. Tahuti. Thank you, Thoth. I thank you for your guidance and wisdom. I'm grateful for your presence in my life and for guiding me throughout these many years. And I give this video as a tribute to you, Lord Thoth, Tahuti. I thank you for being a guide for so many years, and for being in my life. I'm grateful. So with that, you guys, that is going to be the video. My name is O'Shea Johnson. It was Thoth. Now back to me. My name is O'Shea Johnson. I'm a spiritual advisor, psychic medium, channeler, and as well spiritual entrepreneur. So I do have services, you guys. I do offer one-on-one consultations or spiritual advising sessions. This is where you can talk to me about anything that you're going through, anything you wish to understand, whether it be trauma and healing your nervous system, understanding the mindset of a magician, understanding how to manifest and create the reality in which you desire, understanding channeling, or as well ceremonial magic, things of this nature, or as well just business and entrepreneurship. These are the things I provide. And also, just for anyone that hasn't seen on Instagram, I have two spell workings with Thoth. These interactive spell workings, go check them out. They will empower you in your magic and then as well entrepreneurship. And know that you can also get in-depth content you're not going to find anywhere else on my Patreons. That's going to be listed down below. It is Elysium Empire Academy for young entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs, and Illuminati Secundus for those of you that are in the know and understand what that is about. You guys know. Other than that, you guys, I believe I've done my duty. I've done my purpose. I wish you all, may you have a beautiful and amazing day or night, wherever you guys are. Peace. I'm out.